We have talked about the youth in the lineup for head coach Ian Laperriere throughout the course of the season. I had a chance to sit down with him yesterday about kind of the state of the union and where he's seen the most progress among those young players. Here's what he had to say.
Well, maturity-wise, for me, the big thing is managing the puck. One to make a play and one not to make a play, and that's the biggest difference from where they're coming from. Junior kids like Avon, Jandron, even we do have a lot of second-year guys, Ginning, like Ronnie Adder, Emil's a first-year defenseman. We're young all across the board. We do have veteran players, but what I'm mostly proud is when we're on our game, guys manage the puck properly. Is it time to make a play? Is it time to make just a little chip play, which is not sexy, and it's not like what they used to in junior, but I see the maturity coming along, which is good, and I think they have to realize that's what's going to take them to the next level and keep them there.
Is there a player that stands out, in terms of those young first, second year guys that maybe have taken, big stride or maybe have impressed you through the first?
Well, Samu and JR, both of those kids, I didn't know what to expect. JR had a great Memorial Cup last year, great year. Samu, I didn't have much expectation. I didn't know, I watched a couple clips, but you need to watch games, only one game. So I didn't have time last year or the year before to watch his games in Finland. And when he came over, he had a great camp in Philly, so I was like, wow, okay. And when he came to us, he's improving every day. He's working on those little details and stuff that was a big adjustment, just like Holy last year, from the big ice to small ice. Guys are coming a little bit faster. You got to protect the puck differently. And I think Samu's making huge strides. And speaking of Holy's only a second year too, and he's improving, and he realized that's what it takes to play at the next level.
You talk post-Christmas wanting to be pretty comfortable in your structure as a group. In what ways do you feel like the team is and maybe has a ways to go?
I feel we can spend less time in our D zone and we looked at that today, our reloads have been slipping a little bit. We want our D to be involved, we want our D to be aggressive, but to do that, you need a forward to be above the play, which that's what we call a reload. We want them to come back towards our zone when we're in the other zone so we can have our D active. And that part was great for a while, and our D zone was so-so. Now it's the other way around. But that's the marathon I've been talking about. You'll have ups and downs, and you'll like some stuff about your game, other stuff you won't like. And right now, that's what I see. It's we want to be aggressive, but we're giving up too many unmanned rushes because we're not doing our job as forwards. So if we want our D to stay active, we need our forwards to do their job.
You mentioned D-zone coverage. How would you evaluate Ethan Sampson? He's playing almost every night. I mean, at this point, it seems like his game is in a better place than it was in October.
Yeah, he's improving. Jason Smith's been working with him on a daily basis. But he's a young kid. He's 20 years old, and he's making young kids' mistakes, but he's got a lot of poise. That's something that's you have or you don't, and he does have that. So there's a lot to work with. He's a huge body. He's only going to get stronger next couple of years. And he's a right-hand defenseman, which is huge in our business. So he's improving big time. And like you said, he's playing big minutes against a huge challenge against Hershey. We'll see what he's made of. That's a big challenge, and just a great kid to work with. He's awesome.
Tanner Lazinski does a lot for this team, and I know that the goal is to be back at the NHL level. In what ways playing here can that benefit his game, and have you seen that already?
Yeah, I think it's all about confidence. When he's up, he plays 6 minutes a game. Here, he plays 20. So I feel like when the next time he goes up, he's going to feel like his game's going to be at the right place because it is. But that's going to be him to be able to adjust for go from 20 minutes to 6 minutes. That's a skill. And it's not easy. You get shifts between your first and your second shift. You might be on the bench for 6 minutes, but when your number is called, you need to go out there and do your job, and that's an adjustment. And I feel like him spending his time here, when he gets called up next time, he's going to be a better player because he came from college, played huge minutes, played in Philly, didn't play too many minutes. Come to us, hopefully he'll be able to realize that he needs to find something that is going to help him being ready every shift, even if there's a 6 minutes gap between both.
Busy weekend before we turn the calendar to 2024. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
I already started it. I tried to be nicer with the refs. I told the team that I am trying to be you know, they're here for a reason. You know, they're not perfect. I'm not perfect, so I got to be a little bit more, a little bit nicer. I'm an emotional guy. You know, I get fired up behind the bench and a little bit. So I'm trying to be better. It's hard though, but I'm trying to be better.